Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Time on my end is 3:30 p.m. right now on the dot. I can see there are more people coming in. And as we before we start, I would like to welcome once again for those who have joined us before on our previous webinar. Welcome back, and for those of you who just joined us for our first webinar, uh, welcome to Just Log In Customer Success Webinar Series. Well, this is one of the webinar series that we have for the year, and we have another webinar that we every week of the month, and subject to some webinars as well. We will be having it partnership with our partners and clientele. Nevertheless, for those of you, there are just housekeeping reminders. Kindly ensure that all your mics are on mute, and should you have any questions, please type in the questions into the chat box. And do take note that we are recording this webinar, and the recording will be sent to your email once we have the fully recorded download, and also together with a feedback form for you to help us to improve our webinar experience in the near future. So without further ado, let's start our webinar for today. My name is Hazel Jasny, and I will be your moderator for today's webinar. And for those of you who are new and the first time attending Just Logged In, well, we are a HR award-winning software founded in Singapore, headquartered in Singapore since 1999 as a cloud-based application, and we have grown to over 2,500 customers based over 25 countries today. And Just Login is ideal for businesses, including startups and small and medium enterprise, ranging from people module, payroll, leave, attendance, expense, mobile app, and Safe Clock and more, which our speaker will be telling you more about it later today. And Just Logged In is a mobile first and employee first approach, which is geared to match the needs of today's millennial of Gen Z, and including our generation. With this solution, businesses can focus now on productivity instead of getting tangled up to the paperwork. And once again, welcome to this webinar series. And this is the first customer success webinar series for the year. And this webinar is designed to be interactive, and we'll be covering the Productivity Solution Grant PSG and Skills Future Enterprise Credit Facility multiple public holiday features, custom field features, and custom report features. This is applicable to all countries. And without further ado, let me introduce you. Our speaker for today is Mr. Kok Wei Lin, our Customer Success Manager at Just Logged In. Welcome, Kok Wei Lin. And he brings with him over 8 years of experience in customer service, customer success, and also sales. Our very friendly manager here has been working for Maxis for the past 4 years, previously before he joined Just Logged In. And he likes to travel, also very, very friendly with all the customers, including the colleagues. And he has harnessed his skills in active listening, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence, as well as client relationship management previously. So Wei Lin has been working from accounts B2C and B2B, and from high-end clients as well as SME. Without further ado, you will also have a Q&A session towards the end of his presentation later. And now, please welcome Kok Wei Lin. All yours, Wei Lin.
Thanks, Hazel. Okay. All right. So I hope that my voice is loud and clear. All right. So first and foremost, thank you so much, Hazel, for the introductions. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Customer Success webinar today. So I'm Wei Lin, Customer Success Manager in Just Log In, and today I will be sharing to all of you the details related to the topics as shared by Hazel earlier. So before we proceed with the main topics today, I would like to take this golden opportunity to share with you all a bit of the information on what type of the modules that we have under Just Log In system. So for your information, there are a total of 5 modules, such as payroll, leave, attendance, expense, and people modules under our systems. And all the stated modules from my end just now are fully integrated. All right, so maybe I will just do some simple introduction for each of the modules before we go to the main topics for our webinar today. So for payroll, our payroll module is fully compliant with the latest regulations and also integrated with your favorite accounting software, such as like the Xero and also the QuickBooks. Next one will be the leave modules. So leave modules one, right, actually is fully automated. Employee leave flows and also enjoy the convenience of automatic statutory entitlements, share leave calendars, and reduce time spent waiting for the leave approval. It is integrated with our payroll module with those no pay leave and also the leave encashment, which are able to link direct to the payroll modules. And then with our attendance module, last time is what we call as a clock module. This is a module that you are able to manage on your employee attendance on multiple work sites accurately and also on the go. Besides, this is a module where you can schedule multiple shifts, calculate hours and overtime, as well as generate digital timesheets. You are able to import the OT pay elements direct into our payroll as well. While for the expense, this is the modules, instead of depending on physical receipts, you can simply snap, scan, and send your expense claims through your mobile apps, reducing claims discrepancies and approve claims in just one click. While for the reimbursement under this expense module, you are able to link direct to the payroll instead of manual reimbursement. And last but not least is our people modules. So this module is totally straightforward. So this is a module is for you to organize your employee data and also the documents securely on the cloud with our system. So if let's say you have any company or system company which is still not yet using our just login system, or even you are interested to sign up any additional new module with us, you can consider to do so and also sign it out with us together with a grant. So from these sections, I would like to share with you more of the information related to the productivity solution grant. In short form, we call it as PSG, that you can apply for your company. And for information, just login is a pre-approved vendor under this grant, where SMEs like you all can claim up to 70% from 15 to 200 users. So each company supported by ESG is subjected to an annual grant cap of 30,000 Sing dollar for solutions starting from 1st of April and ending on 31st of March the following years. So you have to take note that there is a certain criteria that you have to meet in order for your company to be eligible for this PSG grant. So first one will be, you have to register and also operating in Singapore for your company. And also for the IT solutions or the equipment must be used in Singapore. So next one will be SME like company with a minimum of 30% local shareholdings. And last but not least, companies group annual sales turnover must be less than 100 million Sing dollar or less than 200 employees. All right, so, and for the company and also employee who are eligible for the Skills Future Enterprise Credit, in short form, we call it as SFEC. You all can also qualify for additional support or what I call the additional subsidies under this scheme. So for FFEC, this is the credits and also the additional support encourage the employer to invest in enterprise transformations and capabilities of their employees. And what's the benefits will be covered under this FFEC? So if let's say you all are eligible for this FFEC, your company will be receive one-off of 10,000 Sing dollar credit to cover up to 90% over and also above the support levels of the SC16, including the PSG. And according to the Singapore Budget 2022, under the SFEC expansions, the qualifying periods is actually extended from 1st of January 2021 until 31st of December 2021. And for the newly qualified employers, you all will be able to notify in April by this year. And what is mainly the criteria for your company to be eligible under this FFEC? So that one also will be kind of like straightforward. The employer must meet the following conditions over the qualifying period. First, you must have employed at least 3 Singapore citizens or permanent residents every month over the qualifying period and have not been previously qualified for FFEC and also are not in default of their SDL contributors during the qualifying period and do not have an inactive ACRA status during the qualifications. So if let's say, if you're all interested to know more and also further information related to PAG and also this like SFEC, you all are welcome to reach out to us to just log in for our customer support channels, and we will be reaching out to you accordingly to go through with the full details. All right, so the earlier what I'm sharing to you all will be mainly on the PAG and also for the FFEC. Now for the next agenda, we will be focused on the new features that which is available under our just login system, and I will be covered for 3 main features under our system. First will be multiple public holidays. This is clearly will be under the leave modules. And second one will be custom field. And last but not least will be the custom reporting. All right, so let us start with the first new features, which is what we call multiple public holidays. So basically, this is a features for you to have a multiple public holiday set up under one single individual account or entity. If let's say you are using leave modules and at the same time, you have employee from various country and also the state. So compared to last time, before we had this kind of new features right under our leave modules, if let's say you have employee from various countries, like a scenario, you have like 10 employee based in Singapore, and then maybe 10 employees based in Malaysia, and maybe there's the rest of the 10 maybe located in others country, you are required to set up few and also separated company ID, each country for each company ID, so that those employees will be able to assign under the right public holiday based on where they are located and also based on where they are work in. But now with these advanced features under this multiple public holiday, you can set it up under one company ID instead of separated it. Okay, so in a general form, in a short form, for these features, it will be able to display correctly for the public holiday days based on the employee's country or the state. So once you have activated the multiple public holidays under your account, and then you just need to make sure that those countries are being listed under the public holidays under your leave modules. So you just need to go to configurations, falls under the leave modules, and then go to public holidays, and then you will be able to see it. There is a list under the countries and also the states. So if let's say you didn't activate the multiple public holidays under your account, so if let's say your company register for the staff in like based in Singapore, so the country that will be available, it will be only show that is based in Singapore. But if let's say once you have already activated these features under your company ID, you will be able to see there is a list of the country available when you click on the country. And then like, for example, in Malaysia, because as you all know that in Malaysia, we have a lot of states, and then there's a lot of the states holidays. So when you choose the Malaysia as a country, and then you will be able to see there is a list of the different states available under the state part. And then once you already cross-check every configurations, every details is correctly updated under these features, under this multiple public holiday, the final part that you need to do it and also perform the action from your end will be, you need to assign the right work locations for your employee under the people modules. So that one also will be kind of like straightforward. You just need to go to the people modules, and then under the employee, go to each of your employee, and then under the personal details part, you'll be able to see that there is one option, what we call as a work locations. And then under the work locations, you just need to edit based on the right work location for your employee, and also include with the state, if let's say is it included, and then save the changes. And then once it's already been saved the changes from your side, your staff, when they try to log into their own account, they will be able to see the right and also the correct public holiday already been assigned under their own account based on their work locations. So that one will be kind of like very straightforward. And for the second part, we will be moving on to the custom field. So for your informations, custom field, this is the available field under our people modules. So actually for the custom field, right, before we have this custom field, the available field under our people modules is very standard. So it like cover those basic information such as like very basic things like the employee names, date of birth, their ID, IC, or the passport number, and also the list goes on. So in case your company have a certain extra information that require your employee, require your staff to input the information into the system for reference, then from here you are able to make good use of these custom field features to add the extra field into these modules. So once these custom field features activated under your account, you will just need to go to setting part, and then you will be able to see under the company setting, the custom field will be available. So how you all will be able to add the specific and also the special field under this custom field? It's also very straightforward and easy to implement. You just need to focus on the green button, which is with the words of add field. And then once you click on add field, and then you were able to see there's a pop-up page for you to key in on the field labels. So that part is the part that you can just key in on the specific fields that you would like to have it under your account. And the next part, you need to focus on the field types. So it depends on your end, like whether you want to put it under the text form or the drop downs. So what is the differences between the text forms and also the drop down? So now we can see from this slide, that one also be kind of like straightforward. So for text format is a part that when you have this kind of the custom field, is a part is for your staff to fill in the text manually from their end. Like for example, you can see from these options, nationality. So if let's say I'm based in Malaysia, my nationality is Malaysians. So for the text part, I just key in Malaysians and then save the changes. And then if let's say you go for the field types falls under drop down, you can list down each of the options available under this field. Like for example, I can give one example is under the relationship. So you can put in few options such as like spouse, children, parents, that which is relevant for these relationships, save the changes. And then for your staff, for your employee, when they log in, then they do the edit and also save the changes part, right? They just need to click and also select on the available details falls under the relationships. So for our custom fields, it's very straightforward and eventually will be help you all to save the time to get your staff, your employee to fill out those extra informations. Like for example, in one system and also will be manageable under the HR system. All right, so now we will be moving to the last one, which is the third one. This is what we call the custom reporting. So this is a kind of the custom report. Is a features part that you can extract the fields from various modules, and then you can apply filter and also sorting using selected fields, and also export it to either CSV format, Excel format, or you can just export it to PDF. So now we can see that this is a part and also the interface, what you will be able to see if let's say once you already activated the custom reporting. So this is a part that the reporting features falls under the customized report under our system. So under the custom report, you will be able to select the field that you would like to put it in under your desired report from multiple modules. Like what you can see here, when you go focus on the left-hand side, there's a list of the fields, like for example, the modules that which is available under the custom reporting. And then if let's say you have your own desire or specific reports that you would like to put it out and then export it out to the report part, you just need to focus on pull out all the selected field under the selected fields. And then once you already put all and then put it under the selected field, and then you can just proceed to save the changes, preview it, and also publish the reports accordingly. So before that, there's a certain extra filters that you also can use and also apply it before you proceed with the changes, the save the changes, and also preview it and also exporting it. Like for example, you can filter based on the employee side, and also you can filter based on, like for example, if let's say you want to see based on the active employee, or you want to see all the employee including the inactive employee, you are able to do so by applying the filters under the custom reports. So as I mentioned earlier, you can actually save the changes, preview it, and also publish it. And then you can export it to either CSV, Excel format, and also under the PDF formats. So, and also for information, right? For those custom report that you already saved the changes under your account, you are welcome to like always come back to those report that you have already saved the changes, make some edit, change some of the field accordingly, and then save the changes again, and then export the report accordingly, because those data will be still available under the custom reporting. And this is an example that I put up from my end, which includes those like departments, job title, email, date of birth. This is a part that is from different modules, like the join date and also the basic pay rate is from different module. So from this custom report, basically it's not just focused on like, you can pull out all report only from one single modules. You can pull out those desired report, those your desired field into one report from multiple modules, and then make good use on this report features for your company usage. So as referred to the sharing features earlier, that include the multiple features, custom field, and also the custom reporting. If let's say you're all interested to know further and would like to activate under your account, you are welcome to reach out to us and to our customer support team via through our field channels available under our Just Login, which includes such as like the call channels, email, live chat, and last but not least, you are able to reach out to us through the WhatsApp as well. And then we are ready to assist you from our end and also proceed with the activations under your account. And furthermore, if let's say you would like to revise on those existing modules that you all are using at the moment, or even you want to know more on what is the latest features released under each of the modules, you are welcome to register for our Just Login online training based on the available slot. So from here, if let's say you want to register for the online training, that one will be kind of straightforward. You can always go through our Just Login website. And then this is what you can see is under our Malaysia portal. You just click on support, and then it will link you up to the training site, and then click on the training, and then you can go through which slot your convenience to apply and also register for the online training. And for the Singapore companies and also for the rest of the company, also you can do the same things. Just go to our Just Login web portal and then click on the resources. And then you can see there's options for customer support and learning hubs. And then same things, once you click on these options, then you will be able to see those training options. And then you can proceed with the online training registrations. All right, so that's all for my sharing today. So I will be passed back to our moderator, Hazel, to proceed with the next sections.
Thank you so much, Arlene. And we do have a couple of questions from the audience in the chat box. However, before we do that, we would like to inform everyone that we are having a poll. As you can see right now, we are launching the poll. It will be on your screen. So you can answer. There are 3 questions of the poll. Apparently, it's not showing one by one. It's showing all 3 at the same time. So feel free to vote for the poll. And also, if you have any other question, you can type in the Q&A box. Actually, it's in the Q&A box question for you to fill in the question there. But then, before we start, so while the rest are doing the poll right now. So Arlene, I have a question for you before we pass on to the audience. I understand that one of the hot questions is in regards to the multiple public holiday feature. Yeah. And can you explain further to this audience how would this feature benefits or enhance their human resource workflow? How can it help them in their day-to-day processes?
Okay, all right. So thank you so much, Hazel, for your questions. All right, so for the multiple public holiday, right? So before, like eventually we have these kind of features under our leave modules under Just Login, right? Like I mentioned earlier, if let's say your company have a lot of staff from different countries, like what we have it in Just Login, we have like the staff from Philippines, we have the staff from like Malaysia, Myanmar, and so on, right? So if let's say we don't have this kind of the multiple public holidays features, right, under our Just Login, then if let's say you want to like kind of like assign the right public holiday to the employee based on their country, because you understand that every country have their own like specific public holidays, which is different country by country. So if let's say we don't have this kind of features, it's very hassle, like kind of like things that they need to create multiple company ID. Like for example, one company ID is just for Singapore. One company ID is just for Philippines, one is for Malaysia and so on. And then on that side, then only you can assign the right public holidays under each of the company ID. And then when the staff log into the portal, and then they only will be able to see the right public holidays accordingly. But right now, with this kind of features, multiple public holidays, which is available under our leave modules, right? The company will be able to like kind of streamline everything under one company ID instead of separated it into different company ID. Okay, so which means that everything that they just log in into one's account, do the setup, then that's done. And for the second part is regarding with the reporting. Because if let's say you have a lot of the company ID, we understand that actually we do have this company switcher and then you can switch the company one by one. But for the reporting part, right, if let's say you want to pull out all the report, you still need to pull out the report based on company ID by company ID. But if let's say with these features, you put all the stuff into one company ID, it's easier for you all to pull out only one report based on one company ID. So it's very easy and also like kind of like things that make the HR team life easier instead of like, oh, even though we have these company features, we keep on like, for example, like activate this like kind of like company ID one by one and so on.
Okay, thank you, Arlene. There's like quite a number of questions actually in the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile all these questions and I'm going to ask Arlene on behalf of the audience. Be prepared, Arlene. We have like so many questions there. Since we're talking about the multiple public holiday, let's start with the multiple public holiday question first. The first question here is, how about staff work only permanent part-time 3 days per week, and how to compute her leave entitlement? And what if the public holiday is her off day, and how to add a day to their annual leave? Wow, a complicated question.
Oh, let me check first. Yeah. Is it
Let me
under
repeat
our
the question.
Yeah, is it under our Q&A questions?
It's under the chat. It's under the chat box.
It falls under the chat box, is it? Okay.
So how about staff work only permanent part-time 3 days per week? How to compute her leave entitlement? And what if the public holiday is her off day? And how to add to their annual leave? So that actually 3 questions in one question.
Okay. So, I can see this is from Connie, right?
Correct.
Questions from Connie. Okay, so I can see there is questions. Okay, first one, how about the staff work only permanent part-time 3 days per week? So basically that's why it's a part that when how do you all like, for example, set up the staff into your account. So if let's say their work days is only just based on 3 days per week instead of 5 work days per week, right? So the leave entitlement, because for our multiple public holidays, this is only focused on the public holidays. So it just is not related to the rest of the leave types and so on. So this is focused on the public holidays. So if let's say, for example, in Singapore, you already have this kind of like, you follow the like MOM compliance, you follow the MOM, and then all the public holidays is already been listed, and then you follow accordingly. This is the public holiday that will be reflected under your account. So it doesn't matter if let's say like your permanent staff is like working only 3 days or 5 days per week, but if let's say their work days is still falls under those like public holidays, it will still like, for example, focus on the public holiday that you already have it under your account. And then for next one, what if the public holiday is their off day? So if let's say for the public holiday is their off day, definitely if let's say from your end, like for example, I give one example, maybe the scenario that we have it mainly for this month. Like for example, like there's a Labor Day, and also there is one more is like what I call is Wesak days. This is the public holidays actually falls on Sunday, right? Actually, you can manually add the observed leave for their next working days, which is falls on Monday. So this is a part that you need to perform manually from your end. And then if let's say those public holidays is actually falls on Sunday, then if let's say they're entitled for the observed leave for the next working day, then they will be entitled on the next leave. And then I think that one, it will be total of 2 questions, right, Heza?
Yeah, 2 questions in one, actually. How to convert the public holiday into that. All right. I have to give way to the first question that came in earlier on, which is from Choi Kwan Lee.
Okay.
For the custom field, yeah, is there a limit to the number of custom field?
Okay, very quick questions. I tested it from my end as well after we release these features. Basically, there's no limit. You can add like as many as you can, but you need to make sure that for those custom field that you added in under this features fund, right? You need to make sure that those like you can add as much as you can, but as long as the HR team, like, because I believe this is a part to be in charge by the HR team, right? It won't confuse you all when you try to view all the details accordingly. Even those that there's no limitations, you can add like 10 or 20 custom field, but as long as you can, when you log into the account and then it doesn't confuse you, you're welcome to add it accordingly.
Okay, another question here. We have quite a number of questions. You're very popular.
Okay. I will try my best to answer as much as I can.
Yeah. We'll just log in, upload the global public holiday calendar in the system.
Definitely. That one will be, if let's say I give one scenario, like for example, now your company ID is based like in Singapore, and then when you would like to activate the multiple public holidays for maybe include with China, like based in Shanghai, or maybe include with Japan or Malaysia and so on, right? When you reach out to our customer support, you just need to inform them you would like to activate these features under your account for which country. And then from our end, when we're doing the activation from our end, right, we will activate accordingly based on which country that you would like to add it under your account. And then those public holidays will be added in once they activate these multiple public holidays. But it doesn't say that for those public holidays, right, once they're already activated under your account, you are not able to add any extra, or maybe you would like to remove some of the public holiday. Maybe I give one scenario here. Like in certain company, based on the regulations, right, for like maybe Chinese New Year leave, there is total of 2 public holiday will be assigned based on this Chinese New Year leave, which is the first day of Chinese New Year leave and also the second leave of the Chinese New Year leave. But if let's say your company is very generous, you would like to give your staff to enjoy 3 days of extra, like kind of the leave, like include the 3rd day of the Chinese New Year leave, you are welcome to add it under your public holiday as well. So which means that this is the things that you are welcome to add it in, or if let's say you don't want to follow some of the kind of the like public holidays that are already activated under your account, you can always turn it off as well.
Okay, I have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more questions for you, Alim.
Okay.
So, the next one. For multiple public holiday, what happens if an employee is transferred or working at different countries in the year? Will the past public holiday records be changed?
For the past record, it will be still there. But once you already assigned for, like, for example, the work location, right, the work country to the different country, then definitely the reflected public holiday will be reflected based on which country that you already assigned under that employee. So that one will be straightforward. So just now when I show you the part that under the people modules, right, under the work locations. So once you already change the country and also the state under the work locations, then when they log in from their end, those public holiday will be reflected based on which country is already saved and also done with the changes under their end.
Okay, there's an add-on to that question. Will there be an effective date?
Effective date, so far, no. So once you're already done with the changes, it will be reflected the changes on the spot.
Okay, so there's another question to add on to it as well. But before I move on to that question, there's another question here about the custom field. Question is, I want to add to the custom field to only some of the staff, but not all staff. Would that be possible?
All right, so far for custom fields, that part is actually applied to every employee. So once it's already been like activated, then it will apply to all. But maybe we can take it as the kind of the ideal for the enhancement part under our custom field. If let's say in the futures, we are able to like customize under this custom field, that you can customize on this custom field being added for a certain group of the people, then I think this is something that will be beneficial to all of you.
Okay, next question. This is like a trivia already. We have a lot of lists of questions and then glad to know that our participants are participating in this webinar. So for custom report, back to the custom report again, how can I filter the list to show employees' current job title? As I experienced the report showing all job titles for active employees. For example, one employee appear more than once if they have a change in job title. Can you advise?
Okay, come again with the questions. Maybe I can't get the question.
How can I filter the list to show the employee's current job title? So if you want to filter the list of the current job title, because if the employee sometimes appear more than once if they have a change of job title.
Oh, okay. So far under our custom reporting, right, it will include all, but if let's say for this part that you would like to do the filter, maybe my advice will be once you already export it to the Excel, right, maybe you can use these features under the Excel and also under the CSV and apply the changes, like for example, the filter accordingly, and then to be able to see those, like for example, the details accordingly.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. Moving on to the next one. If we combine all countries into a single account, will it be only one company name shown on payslip?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just a moment. Which one really? Yeah?
If we combine all countries into a single account. So this question is from, one second, Chen Yi.
Okay. I can see that there's questions. If we combine all the countries into single account, will it only be one company show on the payslip? Yes, correct. If let's say, for example, okay, just like I mentioned about the multiple public holidays one, right? Basically, if let's say you are using only like the leave modules, and also like, for example, the rest of the module, but not including with the payroll, then that one will be beneficial for you all to include everything under one single company. But if let's say, for example, you also include with the payroll modules one, right? So my advice is like, if let's say for different country, if let's say with a different company name, right, like the currency part, and also for those like the contributions part, this part, if let's say you include with the payroll, you still need to separate those like employee into different company ID. So for our multiple public holiday is mainly for those that you have those kind of the modules without the payroll, then you'll be able to combine it all into one single company.
Okay, so last 3 questions for the day. Here, this one, I think I can help.
Okay.
Will the custom field, okay, the next one is, will the custom field be available for selection when creating the customized report? I believe this one, the answer is yes. Alin, agree with me?
Yes, correct. That one will be the question. For this question, will be yes for the answer.
And the next one is, are these new features automatically added into the modules? So this one, I understand it's upon request, correct?
Exactly. So that's why after the sharing session just now, right? In touch with you all, like if let's say you're interested with those features that I've shared earlier, you are welcome to reach out to our customer support team to activate these features under your company ID. So because for these 3 features that I mentioned earlier, it will be activated upon request. So which means that if let's say you all would like to activate these features, just come to us, come to our customer support channels, and then we will proceed to activate it from our end under your company ID.
Right. Last but not least of the question, I'm afraid that we're running a bit short of time. Custom field meant for people module only, or is it for all modules? So this one, Alin?
Okay, so basically for the custom field is focused for people's module and also for the expense module.
Okay, I hope that answers all the questions. Oh, last but not least, about the cost. So I think this one will be better to have a one-to-one session on that. And okay, let's take one last question from Queenie. Can we manually adjust the public holidays for a specific employee? I think that's a good question. Shall not be missed. So that it will be the last question for today. Alin, what's your answer?
Okay, for the public holidays, basically, if let's say it's because this is based on account level. So right now we are not able to like kind of like customize for only specific employee, but I'm not sure whether the question here is like adjust the public holidays for a specific employee. Is it something that under the same country, there is a certain selected group that will be enjoyed for different types of public holidays? Or this is what you mentioned is like for different country? I believe what this questions here is like under the same country, but you have the special group, and then you under the special group of the employee, right? And then you would like to adjust the public holiday, right? So the answer here is basically is you cannot specify based on the employee side, and then because this is based on country and also the state level. So this is based on the account level.
Okay, thank you so much, Alin, for answering, I think, more than 12 questions we have for today. Nevertheless, it's very insightful, and we thank you all for the questions, and we hope that this webinar is a fruitful session for all of us. And if you have any question, don't forget to send us an email, or Ali, can you show the slide again of the contact, the support contact, so that everyone can have a look at that as well?
All right, this is what.
There's 4 levels of support. So feel free to call us, feel free to email us at support@justlogin.com, or you can also do the live chat with us on our support site, and there are videos and for the FAQ and guides for you together. And thank you once again, everyone. Thank you, Alin, for the questions and answer session and the sharing session. On that note, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also LinkedIn for our latest update on Just Logged In. And for Malaysian audience, don't forget to check out our new website, which is justlogin.com.my. And signing off for Just Login Customer Webinar Series 2022, I'm Hazel Jasny, and Alin is our speaker for today. See you again, stay safe, and see you in the next webinar. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.